Welcome to the market update with Murdock Manwaring Company. I'm Jessica Cardon.
And I'm Chad Murdock.
Thanks for joining us this month. It is January 2024, and we are going to go over the market update and the market stats for Bonneville, Bingham, and Jefferson County, Idaho. We are so excited to talk about these each month, and we're in a little different format, which is going to be kind of fun. We've got some new looks to our stats, and we're trying to bring as much value as we can. So we're hoping you'll subscribe and follow our pages so that you can keep up to this. And if you'd like to receive these stats with all the slides, and there's going to be far more that you receive than what we talk about, just go ahead and go to mmcidaho.com, and up at the top, click Get the Newsletter, and you'll get these in your email each month. And we'll have the video come out, but it's really fun. There's a lot of really good stats that you have access to. But Chad's going to get us started, and what are we talking about?
Yeah, and if you like what you see, let us know what you like. If there's something that you wish we would add, let us know, because we probably have it. If there's something that you think is really boring every time, because you're going to see it different this month, next month, and the month after. And after that, we're probably going to have kind of a new format that we're kind of changing to. And so just let us know if you want something that you see that you haven't seen, or if there's something that you don't want to see, or something that, just let us know. We're open. It's easy to change. So
yeah, we're going to try to hit the things that we think are interesting rather than just rolling through the same stuff all the time.
That's right. So we're going to go through the market snapshot for Bingham County. Again, this is for January 2024. And we saw a pretty slow January. We have not still gotten inflation where we want it. Rates have gone up a little bit higher. We're feeling that. So basically, we're down about 5% on homes in Bingham County. Went down from 20 to 19 homes. So as far as home prices go, in Bingham County, they're up. They're at 272 last year, and they're up quite a bit at 435. So that's,
and that could be indicator in 1 month of just a big home sale, because if we only had 19 sales. So
you are not appreciating 60% year over year in Bingham County.
Bingham County's like this.
Yeah. Nope. That is you got to be careful with stats, but that is not what that is saying. As far as new listings go, this one is accurate. We are seeing less listings. Last year in January in 23, there were 46 new listings, and we're down to 30 in Bingham County, so down 34%. And rates are up. We're seeing that everywhere as well. I mean, that's our federal national slide. Everything's the same on that one. And as far as days on market, a big increase year over year. Bingham County especially, 109 days on market in January. Things are taking a lot longer to sell. The market's getting tighter, though, because we're having less listings, less inventory. The absorption rate's dropping, which that means to you, that is a strong seller's market.
Seller's market,
yeah. It's good for sellers. So
yeah, I think that this gives a good indication on new listings. It'll tell us as we look at new listings coming on the market. That is our windshield. Looking at what's happening, how many new listings are coming on will give us an indication. Because the buyers, we'll look at pendings as we go through here, but if we have buyers that want to buy and there's less homes on the market, that will trend even further into a seller's market, to where the sellers get into the driver's seat because there's not as many homes but as many buyers.
That's right. Yep. As far as Jefferson County goes, sales are down considerably there. They went from 20 sales last year to 12 in the month of January. Home prices are also up, 403 to 478. Again, there's some bigger ones that have sold that's skewing that a little bit. So Jefferson County did not see an overall appreciation of 18%. We're not seeing that in this market overall, but there's some big ones that are still selling. So listings are also down. Went from 40 to 24. Rates are the same. January 23 days on market, Jess, they didn't really change at all. They were at 80.
Interesting.
And it's still about 79.
So I think that from the last one, I bet something in Bingham County, we had something that'd been on the market a long time, or we've had some things sitting on the market, because this is what more I expect. January last year was we had shift, and I think we're going to see more similarities. So this doesn't surprise me. This is more what I expected.
Bottom line, the market is about the same in many ways, other than less homes on the market and less homes selling in Jefferson County. It's just a cool down effect, which is the purpose of higher rates. So that is working. So Bonneville County. So as we look here, in fact, it's interesting if you look at, Jefferson County at 24 new listings. And if we go over to Bonneville County, 110 listings, it kind of shows, I mean, there's a lot more activity going on in Bonneville County, a lot more people. So anyway, as far as home sales go, we had 96 last year in January. This January of 24, we had 74. So pretty considerable decrease there as well of 22.9%.
Is that the lowest decrease of all the counties?
Yeah, that's the lowest decrease.
So the other two counties are bringing the whole market, down, but it's, we still have more when you get out in the county, home sales, when, because they're bigger properties. You might see the smaller townhomes and things in Bonneville County.
But I would say it was felt more in Bonneville County because the amount of homes that we dropped might be the equivalent to the total homes amount sold between those counties combined.
Good point.
And so, either way, we're feeling the pinch. There's just not a lot of demand, people wanting to move. As far as home prices go, we're down, in Bonneville County. And so we were at 383 in January of 23. And in January of 24, we went down to 367. So we're down 4%. We'll show another stat later on. If you look at December of 23 to January 24, we're down even more. So, it's 7%, but we're going to show that later. So new listings are down. We went from 157 to 110. So that's year over year, 29.9%. Interest rates, we already talked about that. Days on market, 61 to 58. And absorption rate, we are getting a tighter market. What's interesting is with less sales, we're actually getting less listings. Sometimes with less sales, you get more listings. So we're actually we're still staying in a strong seller's market.
And I mean, it's almost tightening, because you have sales, home sales are down 22, but new listings are down 30. So, I mean, we're getting behind. We're getting behind in the absorption rate. That will indicate as we have new listings not keeping up with home sales.
Yep. And if you take Bingham County, Bonneville County, and Jefferson County, and you combine all three of the county's home sales for January of 23, it was 105 homes that sold in January of 24. And so that's, we're down overall. So it's a slower time in the market right now. So there are 242 pendings though, if you look at all of those pendings. And there is some good news, and we're gonna share some of the good news. So or interesting news, I guess. That's what we're looking at. But to give you a little bit of perspective, there's a lot of numbers here. Okay, and we're
Chad, can you zoom in on that just a smidge bit?
Yes, I can.
There's a lot of numbers on this slide. Yep. Whoa. Too far. Too close. Too close.
Is it too close?
Take one step back. There it is. Yeah, great job.
All righty. So this is closings over time. This shows you in Bonneville County every month how many single family homes sold in each month, since 2010. And so if you look at last year, you can see my mouse, right?
Yep.
So there were 96 homes sold in January of 23. We were pretty slow then because we were used to the previous year of 142.
It felt so slow last year.
And now we're 74.
74.
So,
well, look back. When's the last time we saw 74? 2014?
Yeah.
Look at that. Closings in January. We were 2013, and we were just barely pulling out of the Great Recession.
Yeah. And in a big time buyer's market.
Big time buyer's market. And look at that, to have that closing. So that's something to watch. Something to watch.
Yep. And then if we go on to the next page here, this is new contracts over time. This is one that you pointed out, Jess, and this is the good news.
It is.
I mean, you look at how many we did last year in January of 2023, had 143 new contracts. Jess, what's a new contract?
That means that someone is going pending. A seller and a buyer are coming together on an agreement, not closed yet, but they're coming together, writing an offer. So that's a good indication of what future closings are going to be happening. So if you look back in December and November, December especially was low on new contracts, which probably is an indicator of closings in January. So if you remember 71 closings, Well, 101 people went under contract. That was a 30% fallout rate from December to January, which is heavy.
Yeah, really, this is about as good of a January as we've ever had as far as
new contracts of people.
Yeah.
And that means people wanting to buy a house. We want to buy a house. We're a buyer and we want to make an offer.
Granted, January is always slower. I mean, it's definitely not the biggest month we've ever had. It's not even close to the biggest month we've ever had. But as far as the month for January, comparing other Januaries, we had a pretty good month at 156. We were up, we were 101 in December, and we moved up, you know, to 156. So
we'll see how that trends February and March. Do we have our closings getting up, or are we trending still down on closing?
And with rates closer now to almost 7%, I don't think we're going to see a big spike.
Now, I will tell you, we had a lull in rates the last week before they came back up. Maybe that was a run in on getting some things under contract.
That might be very much the reason that makes sense for that. So, but with anything with stats, 1 month doesn't mean anything.
That's right.
2 or 3 months.
1 month is a interesting.
Yep. And right now we're saying that is very interesting. And that's a number we like to see.
Yep.
So let's go on to our last slide. Really, we're going to be quick today. We're going to move on to average sales price.
Interesting.
For people looking at buying a home with high rates, I mean, this is good news for you. For people looking at selling a home, might not be the best news, because last year at this time in January, the average sales price was $383,000. In January, it was $367,000. We're seeing the prices decrease. That's a pretty big drop. That's 4%. But if we look at December, 1 month previous, it was $395,000. And it dropped to $367,000. Again, that could just mean that we had a weird thing where a bunch of lower priced homes sold that are skewing it, because this is average sales price. But you know, that's another, you know, kind of like aha moment. If we go into the median sales price,
wait, before you leave that
take
slide,
out some of the outliers. Yep, I'm back to
it. Go back to that slide before you go on. What's interesting though is look at us over time. When people are like, oh no, we're going down price, but look at historically, our peak of our market was 2021, and that average sales price was $325,000. That was the highest prices out there. Is 21 and 2022. So it's not like we're dipping. We're not tanking.
Yeah, we're not
by looking at that. Right.
Yeah. Yep. If you take out the outliers on the median sales price, you know, it doesn't show a different story though. I mean, we're at 360 down to 335 year over year, but we're at 365 and went down 335. So either way, we're down about $30,000 on price just over a month.
But and look at the 2021, right? When it was a fury, 286, and now we're at 335. That is good news for a seller. That is people saying it is always good to buy real estate. It will always be a good investment to buy real estate.
Yep.
Over time.
Overall, 242 pending contracts right now. In January in Bonneville County, there are 156 new contracts just in Bonneville County. So we're in a slow time, which basically means if you're looking at buying, prices are dropping. You know, let us know how we can help, and let's just, you know, take advantage of the market. I mean, this is when things are slow. That's when people want to sell. So
that's when they all go back and say, hey, I wish I would have during that time. When they if the market freezes you up, that's usually when the people who win in the long-term market take advantage of opportunities. And all of these numbers don't apply specifically to your house. So if you're thinking about, well, what does my house and my situation look like? That's when you want to call us, because we want to talk about your specific situation. Because we didn't break any of this down to price points, and there's a whole different story in that realm.
That's right. Yep. So anyway, give us your feedback on how you liked this presentation over ones we've previously done. It's actually a little shorter as well. And we're looking at what's most important for people to see, and we're trying to kind of narrow it down to give people the easy numbers so they can kind of get a firm grasp of it. But like Jessica said, we have lots of data. We can send you out your report. We can send it out to where it goes out monthly if you want to have an idea for every single county. We can group the counties together, whatever you want to do. You know, we are happy to help and here to serve our community in whatever way we can. So anyway, Jess, close it up.
Right. That's right. No, thanks for joining us again. If you'd like to receive our monthly newsletter and get the stats, all of the slides and all of the pages and this video, go to mmcidaho.com and click at the top to get the newsletter. And we will hopefully see you next month.
Okay, sounds good. Thanks.